Hello and welcome to yet another overview of the Cambridge Graduate School e-learning platform. This platform is powered by Moodle, and we're going to look at the bare minimum you need to know or be conversant with when it comes to operations of this e-learning platform. So my name is Francis Mwangi. Welcome. Let's go. So when you look at it, this is what you will see at the home page, at the landing page. It can be overwhelming, but there's nothing to worry about. There are courses, an overview of the courses that are there, but we are interested in how do you create a course. Assuming you've been given the role of a teacher or a manager, how do you begin to create a course? So Camry has provided templates for its postgraduate courses, and it is from that basis that we're going to begin looking at course creation and activities within a course. So let's go. So you have site administration. That is something you should be able to access if you are a teacher. You can still go to home. Let's begin with home. You can scroll down. There are course categories. Then we have promoted courses. We have my courses. My courses are either the courses that you're taking as a student, a user who has the role of a student, or courses that you are teaching, you as a teacher, as a member of the faculty. So we could go to the course categories that we have at the bottom. You see we have course templates. So those are the ones that we are going to use. We're not going to create a course from scratch since we are working within the confines of Cambridge Graduate School. So if I click on that, so you can see I have two categories: postgraduate course template and TCP course template, or we have a third one, short courses, right? So quickly I'll go to the site administration under courses. So you can see manage courses and categories, course custom fields, add a category, add a new course. So we're interested in creating a course. So out of all these options that are here, what we are going to do is to create a new course, and therefore we are going to add a new course. So when we are here at add a new course, the menu, we have the breadcrumb at the top that shows us exactly where we are. So we have course template, manage courses and categories, add a new course. That is where we are. It's a compass that shows you where you are within a web application, and it's a best practice across any serious application, any serious web application that you'll come across. So after that, you see the header course templates, and then we have a menu that has 4 actions. We have the category, we have settings, we have add course from template. So your guess is as good as mine. We are going to use add course from template. Otherwise, we would have just proceeded and given it a full name, course short name, and do all that manually. You see? All these settings. But we want to shorten that so that we have a baseline from where we can work on our course. So we're going to add course from template. So here we have 3 steps. So we have choose template, then select category, then define settings. So we are going to choose our template, which is postgraduate course template. That is what we're going to use. And then we are going to choose a category. By default, we have the category is course template. But if the other there are other courses, there are other categories we could select. You can see we have various categories here. We have postgraduate courses, Doctor of Philosophy, postgraduate courses, Doctor of Philosophy Semester 1, postgraduate courses, Masters of Science, postgraduate courses, Masters of Science Semester 1, postgraduate Masters of Science Semester 2. And they proceed like that. But for me, I'll choose postgraduate course. So continue. After that, then we are at that stage. Define settings. So choose course name. So we're going to call it virology test course. The short name will be VTC 001. So that is the short name of the course. We can just call it VTC. I'm hoping there's no other course that has such a short name. Then we'll continue. And essentially, that should be enough to give us a baseline from where to begin. So you can see here we have our baseline, virology test course. Our course is created. The general, we have a general category here, mobile number, email. We have an email defined there. Then we have the general details. Then we have a skeleton of a timeline, what we expect. Ideally, now this is something you should edit as you proceed. Now we have our sections, our default sections, the announcements, the attendance module, which is set to automatically log attendance once the course begins based on the timeline. Then you have a virtual class link. So that is where now the administrators will be assisting you in creating your virtual classes, if at all you'll have virtual classes. So typically this would be a Zoom link or a Teams link or a big blue button link. Then now we have the weekly activities. So you can see week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, all the way to the last week, which is week 14. Then it's up to you now to add activities to this particular course. So there are resources you need to add, probably notes, you need to add presentations, you need to add web links. That is how a course is created in a nutshell. In those 3 simple steps, you create your course, if at all it is not created. In most cases, when you come into Cambridge Graduate School, your course will already have been created, and the only thing for you to do will be to adjust the data that is therein as a template. So how do you adjust this? How do you update the content that is in there? So as you can see at the very top, edit mode is switched to off. We need to switch it on. The moment you switch it on, you can see there are pens popping all over. You can see here we have a pen icon under the general section. So as you scroll, every section here has a pen icon. The moment you see the pen icons active, you know the edit mode is set to on. So what you can do, so for example, at the very top where you give your details as the faculty member, the first thing you do is to move to the top ellipsis, to the top right icon where you have edit, where you have 3 vertical periods. You click on edit, then edit settings. So what you can do, you can scroll and you can update. If it's your mobile number, you need to update. This can be 33456 900. If you want to bold this, you can highlight it and then click on B. That's how you edit. You can scroll down and see what it offers. If you need to give a timeline, you click on you click inside. You need to add, for instance, if I needed to insert a row after week 1, you can see the icon I need to click on. So I click on that, I scroll, and then I can say week 2. Then you can give here what students expect, like just a nice outlay of what the students need to expect. This could be the course outline as per the course outline. So you could say fundamentals of viral cells. I'm just guessing here. And then you can add as much details as you want. You can even delete. And then when you're done, what you need to do is to scroll down and save and return to course. So you can see my mobile number has been boldened, and then I have added a second row here. So the good thing is that you can make these things links. The same way, let me just demonstrate that. So edit settings. So it behaves in a similar way like a word processor, like Word. So if I needed to make this a link, I'll just click on that, and then I'll click on the link icon. So the text is fundamentals of viral cells. Then I can enter my URL and I can update link. So the link could be, if I click on that, for example, purposes, and click update, right? Then I'll scroll down and save and return to course. So that it becomes a link. Yeah. So if it's a resource you need to point the students to, you can put your text here and link it accordingly. So that is how you edit it. And then you can come down. So let's say for week 1, let's see, do we have anything on week 1? We have a sample of a file. So let me just remove this. I'll not remove it because it's an activity. I'll go to week 2 that doesn't have anything. So you can see when you expand, when you click that down chevron link, chevron icon, then you have a link here, and you have a plus icon in the text. Add an activity or a resource. So an activity is something your students will participate in, like a quiz, like an assignment. Those are activities. A resource is something they will use, a consumable, like a file, like a web link. Those are resources. Like a document, those are resources. So how do you do it? Click on that icon, click on that link, sorry. So for files, search here, the top file. You have a file here. So you can give it a name. You can say virology basics. Then you can give further descriptions here. You can type it down, and you can also upload, you can drag and drop files here. So the way you drag and drop, if you're on a Windows machine, you click you click on the Windows icon, then the right arrow, so that you minimize that, and then you can open your file system. So for me, I want to test something, and let me go to downloads. So when you're there, you can just drag any file. Let me see, this is contracts. Yeah. So I'll do that. So you drag and drop it there. And for appearance, you can see display automatic. So automatic, it is the default behavior. By the way, you can never go wrong if you're not sure of any setting. Leaving it as default is the safest way to do it. But If you have an idea of a particular setting and you would want to automate it, then you can alter those default settings. Alternatively, where you have question marks, that is where the help, immediate help, or this further description of an option is. I'll click, like on display where the cursor is, I'll click on it, and you can see the options are many. So let's go with embed and see. Embed, and just save and display, or save and return to course. So here we are, week 2. If I click on it, so you can see here it is. So there it is. But for me, the way I like doing it, and I think that is something you can, it's a preference thing. The way I like setting up my appearances is for them to pop up. So in a pop-up, so that you don't distract the student still remains within the course. They don't have to go back, right? So let's see how this happens. Save and return to course. If I click on this, so you see it opens in a pop-up, it pops up. So that now the student is has in the background the course itself, and they have another window of that particular of that particular course. So that is how you add a resource. The same way, if you wanted to add a series of notes, you can add a book. You can see here, this is a book. You can click on it to see what a book is. It says the book module enables a teacher to create a multi-page resource in a book-like format with chapters and sub-chapters. That said, it should be enough to explain what a book is. So other resources you could add are links. Let's see, URL. They're called URLs. So a URL. So you have a YouTube video you would want to share with students. This is how you would add it. You'd click on the URL and fill in the details. Let me just do it. Yeah, introduction to virology. So assuming you wanted to share a resource like this, you could click, you could copy it and give it a name, introduction to virology, and then the external URL, the description, you give a description here. This is a basic introduction to virology. You can be as exhaustive as you want. Then again, the appearance, automatic. So the system, again, decides how to handle it. You could say in pop-up. That is what I like myself. Then you could say save, and you can preview it. So you can see the way it appears. So the students will decide whether to maximize it or not. But that's how it appears. That's how you add resources essentially in your course. With that, I hope I have drilled down the basics of how a course is created and how content, resources, or even activities are added. So with that, let us look forward to the next discussion where we are going to look at how do you add activities, specifically assignments and evaluations such as cards in the form of quizzes. And we'll go into deeper details and see how you as a faculty member is able to even evaluate the submissions made by your students. So with that, thank you very much for your time. Hope you got something. Hope I was as simple as possible in driving the basics of course creation on Moodle e-learning management system. So thank you.